style legends getting paid. Blast off in a brave new world. Bring on the game changer, game champs like big. Going hard cause I got to have much more. Hold tight, are you ready for the ride of your life?
As you can see, either Dogboe soaking it all in, taking his time before he makes his way to the ring.
Isaac, Royal Storm, Dogboe, 23-2, 15 KOs. Ranked number 2 in the WBO, number 5 in the WBC. And with this fight being a title eliminator, he would love nothing more than to get a win and put himself in position for a world title shot at a second weight class, about 126. But not if this man has anything to do with it. Joet Gonzalez making his way to the ring now. 28 years old, out of Southern California, 25-2, 15 KOs. Has had 2 shots at a world title. Has been 0-2, and yet still ranked number 1 by the WBO, number 3 by the WBC, and no doubt about it, a win in this fight too would put him in position for what he says could be the 3rd time the charm.
3rd time the charm.
I mean, God, Jamel, so many fighters beg for 1 and never get a 1 world title shot, nevertheless potentially 3. So,
or it's usually 1 and done.
That's it. All right, Mark Chinook is our ring announcer tonight. Here's the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside the Grand Casino here in Hinckley, Minnesota. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum, and brought to you by Boost Mobile. Money is power. Sanctioned by the Melex Band of Ojibwe Indians, Department of Athletic Regulation. Chairwoman Brianna Matrius, Executive Director Matt Robertson. Our ringside physicians for the main event, Dr. Gene Stringer and Dr. Joe Howard. This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds for the WBO International Featherweight title, and this is also a WBC Featherweight title eliminator. Our judges at ringside, Tim Cheatham, Mike Fitzgerald, and Patrick Morley. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Mark Nelson. And now, to everyone in attendance here in the Grand Casino Hinckley, Minnesota, and to everyone watching on ESPN+, this is boxing, this is Top Rank, and oh, baby, this is the main event! Introducing first, out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 125.8 pounds, wearing red trunks with gold and white trim. He brings a record of 23 victories with only 2 defeats, 15 victories coming by way of knockout. He is the WBO number 2 and WBC number 5 featherweight contender. He is the former junior featherweight world champion. From London, England, and representing Anya Kogana, Isaac Royal Storm Dogboe! Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 125.6 pounds, wearing black trunks. He brings a record of 25 victories with only 2 defeats, 15 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is the WBO number 1 and WBC number 4 featherweight contender. He is the reigning WBO International Featherweight Champion. He is a 2-time featherweight world title challenger from Glendora, California, Joet Gonzalez!
Yeah, they cleaned it up a little bit. Isaac, Joet, you had your instructions in the dressing room. You both know what I expect. A clean championship fight. Just obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
This should be a good one.
Here we go, main event time. This one's scheduled for 10 rounds in the featherweight division. Live from Hinckley, Minnesota. It is a title eliminator. A lot on the line for Isaac Dogboe and Joet Gonzalez here tonight. Christina Poncher and Jamel Herring here with you on the call. Thank you for joining us. Both of these guys have fought at the world championship level and would love nothing more than to get the opportunity once again to be fighting for a world title, and that starts or ends tonight for one of these fellas.
Yes, yes. Well, both have a lot on the line here tonight.
Gotta hurt him.
Not a lot going on right now. Kind of both, studying each other.
One at a time. Don't drop your right when you throw the jab. No back la derecha.
This is fight number 11 on the night here, and I do want to bring up a point, something that was an issue in our last fight. Both Gabriel Flores Jr. and Cabrera were slipping all over the center of the mat and in the corners. They did a pretty good job in between the last fight and this fight of trying to wipe it up, clean it up for this main event. Obviously a lot on the line. You want to make sure that the ring is as safe as possible for these fighters. Just something I want to make the viewers aware of. That was an issue in the last fight. Hopefully it won't be here as Dogboe looks to get off these combinations.
It was interesting so far as the smaller man is backing up the larger man.
Isaac Dogboe significantly smaller, has always been small, even at 122, but especially here at 126, where it says he's only got a 2-inch height advantage or disadvantage and a 4 to 6 inch reach advantage, depending on what stats you look at. We're kind of all over the place here.
Doesn't have the height or reaching, but he's got the heart and the grit. And right now, he's backing up the bigger man than Gonzalez. Not much is happening, not much is going on, but in terms of scoring rounds, you would have to give it to Dogboe right for the moment.
Dogboe with a nice left hand landed to the body.
Don't rush nothing. Stay behind the shotgun there. Plant the shot.
Beautiful body shots, as you can hear some clear direction in our mic as we are in the Dogboe corner of Dogboe's lead trainer, Barry Hunter. Their fourth fight together, and he's won all 3 fights under the tutelage of Barry Hunter. You said he looks dry.
Yeah, he looks a little dry. And I can prove probably why his output has been so low so far. He hasn't been warmed up properly in the back. And I was always told, even, it could be 1 round or 2 rounds before you get warmed up, but those rounds could be very crucial in the end in terms of the score, if it goes the distance. Oh!
Nice right hand landed from Dogboe, set up by the double jab.
There you go. Kind of woke him up, woke Gonzalez up then.
That's one in the book, y'all. All right, we ain't gonna talk a whole lot tonight, kiddo. I don't want no rushing, you hear me?
Yeah. I want a little bit more action, a little bit more. Yeah, you're faster right now, that's good. No se quiere meter. You don't want to go in there. Okay? But you gotta fake it. Watch out when you get
in the corner of Joet Gonzalez's father, Jose Gonzalez's manager, Frankie Espinosa, and Mike the Mechanic Gaza, also his brother. And I mentioned Barry Hunter in the corner, and Patrice Harris, Jacob Sitch-Duran.
Don't go for that. Lock them hands inside.
Great team who I'm very familiar with. At one point in time in my career, I actually worked with both Barry and Patrice, a.k.a. Book. And I know how hard they work and how hard they put their fighters. So I know, I don't know if they heard, but like you said earlier, we're in the corner of Dogboe, and if you hear it closely, Barry Hunter said it's one of the books, and they were very happy.
Yeah, believing they got the first round, and we believe they did too. And speaking of a good team, thank you for being a good teammate of mine tonight, as I'm a little bit under the weather. The voice is a little bit hoarse, but I appreciate you having my back tonight, Jamel.
Oh, yeah. Great chemistry. Great chemistry between us.
Thank you to my crew in the truck for getting me through tonight as we are in our main event. Good start for Isaac Dogboe, landing 12 punches to just one of Joet Gonzalez in round 1.
And
Joel will turn up the heat.
he needs to
Joet
turn up now.
Gonzalez definitely lets his hands go, and he will, but this is a good start so far.
Dogboe is turned up. I love the speed. I love the focus, and he has some power on those punches. He's got the respect from Joet Gonzalez so far.
After Dogboe suffered those 2 losses to Emmanuel Navarrete down at 122 pounds, he really said he had to get back to the drawing board, and when he met with Barry, he felt very comfortable with him, but Barry said the biggest thing that they had to work on with Isaac was getting him back mentally confident, working on his, you know, the psyche and on his mind before they even started to work on fine-tuning things when it came to his boxing ability. I feel like they're in a really good place right now.
Get your hands free. Step
And
back,
if you
guys.
hear it closely also, Barry Hunter just yelled at Dogboe not to rush. Even though he's doing a great job, what I'm seeing is he's waiting for Gonzalez to start throwing punches, and he's reacting off of Gonzalez's offense, and he's coming back with 2 or 3 shots here and there.
He's landed some good body shots. He has put in some work to the body early, has Dogboe. And Joet Gonzalez being candid with us in the fighter meetings as well, telling us, hey, sometimes the shorter guys, I know I have a big height and reach advantage, but those are the more difficult guys to fight.
Because sometimes
It's really tough.
If you look, sometimes you have to take away your height advantage by dropping your center of gravity and getting down to his level.
Even especially trying to work the body on the shorter guys. He's got Dogboe backed into the corner looking to give himself some space as Gonzalez.
And if you hear again, Barry Hunter is asking Dogboe to work with him, meaning to throw when Gonzalez throws his offense, throw with him, or throw in between the shots.
Break, don't punch. I got it. Watch your heads, guys. Watch your heads.
Like you said, though, Gonzalez is waking up, and it seems like he's finding his rhythm and groove.
Starting to establish his jab, something that Dogboe did in the first round. Again, stab jab to the body, down to the body goes Dogboe.
And Gonzalez has good rhythm, but at times, like, Dogboe outworks it by, if Gonzalez is throwing 2, Dogboe is throwing 4. So he's basically doubling up everything that's being thrown at him, which is smart.
So flurry of punches from Gonzalez, his biggest combination of the fight, but solid round here for Isaac Dogboe as action starts to heat up here in round 2.
I want a puñalada right there, baby. Okay? Okay. Change it up sometimes. Instead of one. Yeah. He's expecting a jab. That's a punch. He's always expecting a jab. Say something. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta dig it now. Try to dig it now. Okay. Don't reach with that jab. Keep your hands up. Okay?
Good job.
Don't take too close.
Back up.
Round 3 scheduled for 10. Christina Poncher and Jamel Herring here with you. Action picked up a little bit more in the second round as Joet Gonzalez doubled his punch output from the first there in the second, almost matching that of Dogboe.
And there, as you see, for Dogboe initiating offense, as we pointed out earlier. But he's great. He's great in terms of initiating offense because he'll let his hands go, and he's very accurate and sharp.
And you can tell that part of their game plan with Coach Hunter was to make an investment in the body early, try to slow down that punch output, and that's something that he's done very well. He's definitely committed to the body attack, has Dogboe.
And he's getting under the punches. Like, Gonzalez would throw back that left hook, but Dogboe, being so short, would just get right under it, but just, dip it just a little bit. And that's probably what Gonzalez means in terms of being, having a hard time with smaller fighters. You may have the physical traits and aspects over them, but they still could be it can still be a tall order when they're in front of you. And I love how when Dogboe feels like he's his back against the ropes, he'll fight his way out and then he'll circle his way back to the middle of the ring.
Stop, don't punch.
Look for the balloon, baby. Look for the balloon.
Ooh, good uppercut. He'll turn, and he'll go back to offense.
Balloon, baby. Balloon. Look for the balloon with the left.
Again, angles. It's all Dogboe's game is all angles.
Really solid start for Barry Hunter's charge here. For this start, but you do get the sense that you're just waiting for Gonzalez to kind of heat up here. Maybe his engine started a little cool, as you alluded to, with not having much sweat, much perspiration when he got into the ring, but he's definitely known as a more volume puncher, unless he's in that high guard, which we haven't seen too much yet either.
Yeah, it's like every time we see Gonzalez like moving forward, we're like, here he goes, here he comes, here he comes. But, you know, Dogboe being smart, he ties him up, or he'll circle his way out of there. Or, more importantly, he'll start off his offense first, fighting his way out of there. Like there.
Ooh, beautiful left hands connecting there right around that guard of Joet. Joet, of course, taking the shots well.
You're holding, don't hold his arm.
So you get in some low blows on it.
Yeah, the punch is kind of low.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the referee, Mark Nelson, was on the other side, not really seeing that left hand.
He has to be careful when backing out to make sure his defense is on point. Joet, Gonzalez will he'll throw it with you even on the back foot.
As he's starting to do now with Dogboe against the ropes.
Always up, always alert, always on top.
There's a chopping right hand from Gonzalez that just misses, and Dogboe answers right back. Back and forth they go here at the end of round 3. You know what, not much sweat, to be honest, though, on Dogboe either. I mean, he's not, he kind of, I mean, maybe a little bit more, but he's very calm and cool and, you know, fighting a good pace for himself right now.
He looks good, looks strong.
Solid start
sharp,
so far.
Fast.
And that really hasn't been the problem in Dogboe's career either. It hasn't really been his starts, it's been how he's finished.
Yeah, down the stretch.
Adam Lopez got some of the late rounds.
Adam Lopez came down the stretch in the end. It made the fight closer than what it was in the beginning. Because he came out really aggressive against Lopez in that fight.
Keep touching him, and when you see him,
A lot of close rounds back and forth with Christopher Diaz as well, another majority decision.
He's pushing you to get the
But it's safe to say right now, you probably have
Say your feet.
Gonzalez
Move to
down
your
3
left.
rounds.
Okay?
In a 10-round fight.
Some more base of it.
Because again, Dogboe is known for starting out strong, and that's where he usually steals a lot of his rounds in the early part of the fight. This is where you want to really, fight back with him, because he's known for slowing down in the second half of the fight. So you want to take these rounds from him in his strongest point.
Excellent point. He's just having trouble kind of getting off his offense with the activity level of Dogboe, and that triple jab. Like, how many times we call a fight and we say, double up that jab, or triple up on that jab.
It's hard, it's hard to see fighters double up. This man is not only tripling up, but he's also finishing with more punches downstairs. So at times he's like 5, 6 punch combination. Ooh,
beautiful body shot.
He just got caught.
And an uppercut got in.
Gonzalez though.
And then got caught on the counter. Gonzalez senses that too. Sees for the first time has Dogboe really backing up.
Like I said, Gonzalez, we know he was dangerous. It was just a matter of time before we see him really turn it up and open up. Nice inside work defensively from Dogboe. We were actually used to him having that high guard and just standing there, but he's actually been showing, he's been fighting off an angle and implementing a bit of a shoulder roll techniques. But this is definitely a better round for Gonzalez.
It's not the job. It's not the job. Set it up the job. Set it up the job. Set it up.
But you just get the sense that Gonzalez can chop down with that right hand.
Yeah.
He's using that shoulder, but it's leaving his head very vulnerable.
And he's staying there too long.
He's got to get off the ropes, out of that corner.
Right. Exactly. All you have to do is keep stepping over to the sides. Keep saying, when you sit there in front of Gonzalez too long, he's going to just bang on whatever he can. Arms, elbows, whatever. And occasionally get one in, just like right there. But if you just, slowly take a side step over, it'll get Gonzalez off his game, because Gonzalez is known for he has to have his feet planted. Yes, he doesn't smother, but when he has his feet locked in, that generates power.
Just like that.
Just like that, yeah.
That little side step to the right.
Exactly. Get yours off and go. Don't stand in front of him.
Gonzalez has definitely started to let his hands go. Not with the efficiency, but at least the work rate has increased for Gonzalez. And because he does have that longer reach, when he gives himself a little bit of space, those are also effective punches that catch the judge's eye, because they're not as smothered as the tight shots of Dogboe's. Like that shot.
Honestly, right now, it seems like Dogboe is trying to regroup and catch himself, but Gonzalez is not giving me any chance to breathe. If you hear, Barry Hunter in the corner of Dogboe, he's constantly asking him to rip instead of just standing there taking punishment. Fight with them. You gotta fight with them. Great round for Gonzalez.
Much more momentum being picked up from the Gonzalez corner and from the...
Keep your legs out, man.
You can even tell by just how they hopped up on the ropes and that's more of what they wanted to see from their fighter. Let's look into Dogboe's corner.
Come on, man. You in shape. You prepared for this. You understand me? When you get inside, short shots. You understand me? Short, bring them up the middle. You all right inside.
Some of that action, a little bit low there,
on,
but yeah, it was that overhand, that short chopping overhand right.
He was in control.
That buckled Dogboe. Boom.
Don't use
Because he's in that shoulder roll that you're kind of using, that we're seeing him implement, that we're not really used to. We showed you in the lab earlier in the broadcast that high guard, which wasn't always the most effective. But that chopping right with the height advantage too that Gonzalez has. I mean, it seems to be a shot that.
And he's punching downward. And when you punch downward, that generates a lot of power also onto your opponent.
Thank you.
Excellent point.
On the tempo. That's the overhand hand. On the tempo, and follow with the body. Cannot take the overhands on the tempo.
And this, there we go. That's what we used to in the beginning of the fight. A lot of punch output. Starting offense off with that double jab, as you pointed out earlier as well. But his fight is in the center of the ring, Dogboe. I mean, it's in the center, clearly in the center of the ring. The minute he backs his way, and Gonzalez doing the right thing by trying to force him back to the ropes, that's where he finds himself into trouble. He needs to get his punches up and sidestep over. Keep just like that, keep turning over.
Get your hands free, guys.
Smart tie up. That's smart. That's smart of him, because again, when Gonzalez gets that leverage, he get nasty and lands some vicious punches. There we go. Boxes way at the corner.
Don't hold, guys. Get your hands free. Break.
Ooh, some really high-level stuff here was happening there. I mean, this is beautiful. I'm sitting back, obviously recalling this fight, but there's been some really nice work here by both fighters. You got to just try to look at some of the tricky work on the inside.
Right now, I believe Dogboe is a bit uncomfortable. He doesn't have that same flair and aggression he did in the first two rounds. And now you see Gonzalez, finding his rhythm, picking it up, marching forward, and letting his hands go. The high guard, but he starts off the high guard, but there he goes. He lets his offense go.
There's more of the body work, but Joet answers with some more shots up top and an uppercut. Back and forth. Both Dogboe and Gonzalez here in round 5.
Yeah, I feel like right now, in this part of the fight, that Gonzalez is actually getting the better in these exchanges. And I would like to see Dogboe actually add in a right uppercut, because when Gonzalez walks in with that high guard, he kind of squares up also, and he'll lean over just a bit on the inside. And that should be the opportunity right there for Dogboe to start letting go, the smaller shots up the middle.
Wait, don't punch. Obey the bell here. Stop at the bell.
Oh, nice left hand got into that combination for Dogboe. Yeah, that was a hard round to score.
Yeah, well, it really was.
That was a close round. They both got good shots in.
In terms of the judges, is what you like, Taking a little bit back after that last round. I like how Dogboe, he'll fight his way out those corners. He just needs to be consistent or just keep it in the center of the ring. He found himself, the last 2-3 rounds, he found himself a lot on the back of the ropes.
Huh? Come on, man. Let's go to work, man. You halfway there, son. Halfway there. All right? Come on.
Yeah, Barry Hunter saying, listen, you're halfway there. Don't, don't slow down now. Don't give it up. And that's the problems that we have seen Dogboe in the past have issues in those mid to late rounds. Starts to slow down. And Barry Hunter trying to tell him, hey, we still got a whole fight to go, man. Pick it up.
Back up, guys. Back up.
You can see Gonzalez already trying to run out the corner.
Round 6 as we enter the second half of this fight, scheduled for 10. As I mentioned, it is a title eliminator fight, meaning that the winner of this fight could very much likely put himself in position to be a mandatory for a world title shot at WBC, in the WBC, and also there's a WBO international title on the line as well.
If you watch carefully, Gonzalez is actually trying to use his range, his range and reach. He's not allowing Isaac Dogboe to basically counter off his attacks as he was earlier. He's using the range, touch, stab under the elbows, just like you see there with the jab. And he's fighting smart. He's boxing.
Well, he's also started this round being first, and he was content with countering earlier in this fight. And now double jab, body shot, down to the body once again for Gonzalez.
I like the counter right here.
Come on. Keep popping the jaw.
There's the counter right hand that Barry Hunter was looking for.
Keep turning, he has to keep turning, keep turning. It's up to Gonzalez, though, just all you have to do is step over to his left to cut up Dogboe. And now he's gonna let him escape, just like that. That's what Dogboe doesn't want to see, doesn't need to be at. Doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, he's eating left hand in the corner from Gonzalez time after time as he finally works himself back to the middle.
Nice combination from Dogboe.
Now Barry Hunter just tells him to hold the phone, but again, he eats a left hand.
Hold the phone means
keep your phone to your ear. Keep your hands up.
And Dogboe, he doesn't have to take 2 or 3 steps backwards. All he has to do is just keep turning. Oh.
Good shot with the lead left hand to the body from Gonzalez. Dogboe answers back.
A lot of good stuff from both individuals, but in terms of ring generalship, Gonzalez is definitely taking over the matchup. Oh, good body shot from Gonzalez.
Be careful.
Yeah, I know those shots had to take effect, as you see, Dogboe quickly tied him up. Did you hear Barry Hunter saying he has to go forward?
And you got to go first.
Yeah.
And that's something that Joet Gonzalez has done the last couple rounds and likely have won in these last couple rounds.
I agree.
He cannot take things forward, but he cannot take his punches, okay? Breathe. Come on.
Change it up right there.
Started cutting his weight.
That's unique. They didn't take the mouthpiece out in the corner.
Watch out when you throw the right hand.
Keep that right hand too low.
They both caught each other, though, with the left hand at the same time.
Dogboe got the worst of it, honestly, in that exchange.
More water. Come on.
You're breaking the nose.
Yeah.
It's right there.
You gotta just keep digging.
Mental pressure on your right at all times. Mental pressure. Alert at all times.
Joet Gonzalez, trained by his father, Jose Gonzalez, telling Joet that he cannot take the body shot. Go downstairs, go down more to the body. See if he invests a little bit more. 12 body shots thrown and landed by Joet in round 6, the most in the fight. That's a high clip for the body. It's almost half the punches that he threw downstairs.
One fight, we seen a fighter throw 11 total body shots, so to throw and land 12 in 1 round says a lot for Gonzalez. And Dogboe always starts out with a lot of mean intent. It's just the last half of the stretches of rounds. And those are actually the part, that's the part where the referee, I mean, the judges actually remember the most is the ending of those rounds that they're watching at times. So he needs to finish just as well as he starts out these rounds. But it's still a good fight. It's still a close fight. It's just that in the last couple of 2 or 3 rounds, though, you know, it seems like Gonzalez has finally, you know, got his rhythm. And he's been,
Dogboe having a good start here to round 7. Maybe sitting down, biting down a little bit, throwing these punches with bad intentions, then right back comes Gonzalez, though. Chooses the upper, gets around the guard, just misses with that left uppercut. Right hand left to the body.
Thank you. I'm about to say, can somebody start using the uppercut? There we go. Somebody's using the uppercut. Ooh.
They're both standing in there toe-to-toe, going to work now, round 7.
A lot of arm punches, you know, from Dogboe, if I'm being honest. There we go. Ooh.
You get some, I get some.
Take something to get some. Take something to get some.
And both of these fighters, we've seen them do that. And this is where they both want the action, though. Although Joet's got the best of Dogboe up against the ropes, this seems to be where Dogboe is most comfortable, too, albeit taking maybe more of the punishment here from Gonzalez as he lands that combination as well. Dogboe kind of straight up and down on the shots, too.
He's not moving his head. He's not moving his head, though.
Digging to the body, then answers Gonzalez.
No, I'm watching closely, though. You'll watch Gonzalez take one on the elbow, and then he'll react and come right back every time. And that's what we call catching and shooting. Catching and shoot. Because he'll take someone in the arms and he'll shoot right back at Dogboe. And that's why he's been a little bit more effective, because he's finishing off stronger. Nice jab from Gonzalez. Down to the body.
And Barry Hunter is very familiar with Joet Gonzalez. You know, he knew exactly how he was going to come to fight. So I know him from the jails. He fights the same way he does. He comes forward. He's aggressive, high intensity, and he's got heart. So everything that he knew what they were going to expect is what they're getting right now.
Yep.
It's just could Isaac deal with it.
And going back to what you said, Barry Hunter did tell us both that Isaac is going to have to both box and fight because of Joet's style.
All right, you running around. Hey, you understand me? Listen, you got to believe, baby. Trust us. You good on the inside. You can't let him outwork you. You got me? Throw the right hook to his left shoulder. Short, and then bring it up underneath. All right? Come on, man. You in shape. Don't trip your mind out.
And this is why they said boxing is 80% mental, 20% physical, because sometimes you're in there battling yourself when things get deep and rough in there.
And you know all about that.
Yes.
In the boxing ring, in life.
Yes.
Out on the battlefield.
Yes.
And now you get to sit here next to me and call some fights from outside the ropes.
It's been great doing it. Thank
We're
you.
happy to have you. Let's see if Dogboe can put some of that confidence into some of these punches and combinations here in round 10. As Joet Gonzalez has likely evened out this fight if not took the lead.
And look at the punch count, though. Look at the punch count. Isaac Dogboe has clearly thrown a lot more, almost at 500 punches to Gonzalez's 354 punches thrown. But if you look, Gonzalez has been the more effective, you know, harder puncher so far.
Yeah.
Up until this point, at least. And Dogboe just seems like he just ran out of, he's not listening to anything that his corner has told him. It's just like, you know, he just shut down. He ran out of answers for the moment.
I don't know what this stance and demeanor is of Dogboe, kind of like almost crossing his arms, huddling it up, but his corner is trying to encourage him to work and to start letting his hands go. But
he's like that. He still has the speed, and you know, yeah, you just need more of that. But he can't just sit there and let Gonzalez just bang on him. I don't care if he's catching him in the arms or not. We could both hear those shots. Needs a circle. He needs to see a quick moving back. If he's not, if he's not going to circle around his opponent, tie him up, push him back.
And for Gonzalez.
And Gonzalez, what he's doing right now is good. Just keep marching forward. Keep marching. If anything, don't let Isaac Dogboe escape and turn out. You know, when you get him there, keep him there. Oh, good shot. Good shot from both individuals.
They each landed right hands in those exchanges.
Again,
beautiful, both landed shots on the inside.
But you just have that sense that Gonzalez has more in the arsenal and in the tank right now.
They both have a lot of respect for each other. Knew it was going to be a tough fight coming into it. Have similar or common opponents in Navarrete, but Gonzalez just believed that he was the better, fresher, more well-rounded fighter coming into this fight. I think was the slight favorite because of that. And I think through the second half of this fight, he is showing why. You've seen in spurts things that Isaac can do in moments that he's successful, but I don't feel like he's able to consistently keep it up through more of a round like he was earlier in the fight.
Right. But that's been his thing since we know him. To start out the first half of the fight, guns blazing, and just that second stretch, he always takes his foot off the gas, and sometimes it comes back to hurt him.
Come on.
His corner really doing everything they can to really try to wake him up. I mean, I think Barry Hunter damn near slapped him right there. Was like, wake up, let's go.
I wouldn't be surprised. Barry Hunter's
he was very stern in that corner, trying to get his charge to start letting his hands go in. When you look at the CompuBox numbers, indeed, he's still out-punching Joet Gonzalez. He's just not outlanding him.
Nope. And it's actually not that big of much of a margin in terms of being outlanded, but when you're watching it, because everyone back home is not seeing the punch stat as we are, but when you're watching it, you can see who clearly has the more effective shots, you know, going into these later rounds. And they're yelling, you know, Dogboe's corner yelling, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. You got to make the most of these last 2 rounds. You don't know how close it is.
Yeah, some of the rounds are difficult to score, and the judges will have their work cut out for them should this fight go the distance.
Good shot.
And Isaac now turning it up a bit, but then usually Gonzalez comes back and gets his off. But can Isaac double up on that?
That's what he needs to do. He needs to keep Gonzalez from setting up and planting his feet. You gotta keep him busy. Keep him busy. Keep him moving by you moving and stepping and turning. The minute you stop moving and you let Gonzalez just sit there and plant his feet, he's gonna dig and take advantage of the opportunity every time. Right now, what you want to do is make him box, make him earn it. There we go. But you don't want to stand there. Standing right back in front of him is not what you want to do. Get yours and go. Get yours and go.
And I think you get the sense in the Dogboe corner, granted we are sitting in it though, that they think that this is a good round for Isaac, and if he continues to perform, I mean, it's probably been a while since he's consistently won the last few rounds of a fight. And that was a good shot he landed there on Gonzalez, the counter.
A little unbalanced though.
Gonzalez then gets in his shots.
But Dogboe's fighting back now. He's fighting back. Ooh, he's got covered with the right hand.
Joet Gonzalez with a good body shot, a couple good left hooks, and
Love the combination.
Isaac's continuing to work with him. Nice uppercut, and then Gonzalez comes right back.
Probably another hard round to actually score, honestly.
I mean, at this point, I do feel like Isaac's done more, but at the same time, Joet, when he does throw, he lands.
Yeah, and the body language.
They are going toe-to-toe again here in round 9 to the bell. We have one more round to go, and this one really could be up in the air.
Yeah.
Woo.
99 punches thrown in the last round from Isaac Dogboe.
This is a fight to close. Okay? You gotta steal. To your punches.
These guys are definitely staying toe-to-toe. Both in the center range. You don't have to look too far for each other. I'm sorry, 109 punches thrown by Isaac Dogboe. The most he's thrown this whole entire fight so far in one round.
That's a lot. Over 100-pound punches around. But he wanted to show Barry that he wasn't tired and that he could let his hands go.
But Gonzalez threw 75 punches in his own right in that last round. So a lot of high output late into this fight from both fighters.
Let's go.
And that's actually the most punches that Gonzalez has thrown this whole entire fight. 75 punches the most in the last round.
All right, round 10 in this title eliminator, Isaac Dogboe and Joet Gonzalez. One of these guys may punch their ticket to a world title fight, walking away with the decision, unless indeed we get a draw here in Hinckley, Minnesota. I mean,
I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch though.
Great, don't punch. Always confident.
I mean, Emmanuel Navarrete, Ray Vargas. I mean, there's some talented world champions in this division. Likely watching this fight, wondering, who may be getting the opportunity. If it's either Navarrete may also be moving up. We've heard that as well. So, nonetheless, these guys want this win in the worst way and put themselves in opportunity for Joet to capture something he has never done before. And that is a world title. Will be the third opportunity, and for Isaac Dogboe to get a shot at a title at a new weight class.
It's getting ugly in there. The problem with Isaac Dogboe is he kind of backs us up in the corner himself. After a break, he'll take 3-4 steps back, and that's leading into Gonzalez's game plan by pressing him and keeping his back against the rope. Right now he's being out of work.
Yeah, Joet with a nice uppercut there has done more work in this second minute of the fight. Both of these guys have kept it really close and have fought right here the last few rounds in the center of the ring, where we thought we would see the majority of the action. As we said, this was a 50-50 fight coming into it for the most part, despite the size advantage.
I think Dogboe got hurt.
Nice right hand counter answers from Dogboe.
You hear Barry Hunter yelling work. This fight, everything could be on the line in this one round. You actually hear both corners saying, come on, come on.
And definitely a sense of desperation from the Gonzalez corner as well. And Gonzalez looks like he could go 2 more rounds easy here. And a big looping right hand gets in from Dogboe, and then Gonzalez answers as well. They're calling for the uppercut in the Dogboe corner. As
for both individuals.
Gonzalez could throw and land the same shot.
They're in the phone booth right now. They're in the phone booth.
I love to see this, though. Both of these guys going at it to the final, but they know what's on the line. And you got to fight like it. Dogboe nearly lunging with these shots. Gonzalez answering back. Back and forth they go. 10 seconds left in the fight now. Who will come out on top? You get some. I get some. Down to the body. Back up top. They battle to the bell here in Hinckley. What a fight.
Rematch?
I mean, if it's most certainly a draw, then they need to run it back. If it is a draw, And I don't score round by round when I'm calling a fight. I didn't ask you to either.
Man. It was hard.
But
it was hard.
there's some of those rounds were very close. I think Dogboe started well. I think those middle rounds, Joet came through, and then those last couple rounds went back and forth. It was really tough.
Yeah, there's a couple of swing rounds.
Really tough.
It was hard.
We'll get that one.
In the last 2 rounds, Isaac Dogboe threw 219 punches in those last 2 rounds.
Right, yeah.
He definitely went for it.
Yeah, round 11.
And he's in great shape, great condition.
Great shape. Round 11 threw 110. I mean, round 9 threw 110 punches. Round 10, the last round, threw 109. So he was on par his last two rounds. He actually kind of caught up, you know, in terms of punches landed. Whereas Gonzalez landed 197 to Dogboe's 190. So very close fight. Very close fight.
And it looks like Mark Chinook is getting in position now, and we're going to get to the scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Grand Casino, Hinckley, Minnesota, big round of applause. Make some noise for these incredible warriors. And after 10 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Patrick Morley scores the bout 96-94, Gonzalez. Mike Fitzgerald scores the bout 96-94, Dogboe. Tim Cheatham scores the bout 96-94. For your winner by split decision, and new WBO International Featherweight Champion, Isaac Royal Stone Dogboe!
And like you said, that was
And it was by the slimmest of margins, split decision, Isaac Dogboe.
But that's what I wanted to say. That's what I was stressing earlier about, though. Those early rounds could be crucial in the end towards when the score. And we were right.
And the amount of punches that he threw.
Oh, yeah.
It was as close as it could be without being a draw. I see the Gonzalez corner visibly upset. Isaac Dogboe is the type of man and character that, you know, if it's not a world title shot next, I'm sure he would run back.
And let's be honest, congrats to Isaac Dogboe, but his last 3 fights have all been close.
It's been 2 majority decisions and a split decision here tonight.
Medal matters because you're now the #1 contender.
Here's Bernardo with Isaac Dogboe.
Featherweight. Describe what this fight was like, especially down the stretch.
First and foremost, I would like to say praise be to the Lord Almighty. When I came in here, during my interviews, I said something. I said to the people that my journey can be a Hollywood blockbuster movie. And I praise God always. And I want to, before I say anything else, I want to leave people with this message. It doesn't matter what fight you're in. Regardless of wherever there is darkness, keep on going through it. Because at the end of the day, you surely see the light at the end of the tunnel. And usually when I'm going into a fight, I have some sort of feeling that, you know what, this is a sure thing. I didn't have no sight in this fight. I was really anticipating what Joet was going to bring to the table. But I praise God, all I did was have faith. And the faith carried me through, and my team and all the people in Anyako, Wuhan, Ghana, the UK, America, everyone on their knees praying for me. I thank you all so much, and God bless you.
You said this is your 4th fight working with Barry Hunter. When you stepped up to the Headbangers gym, you were a broken man. Coming out for that 9th round, he said, I believe in you, Isaac. We need this, and I believe in you. What was that like?
You know, I've always seen Barry as a very inspirational person, a father figure. You know, he's a person that when it seems like it's all gone, he always has something to say to you. And I really needed him in my corner tonight. He was able to pull that extra strength in me out. And I want to say a big thank you to Joet Gonzalez. He's a true warrior. and you know, his team, they put tremendous, they prepared him really well. And I want to say a big thank you to the WBO organization. I'm proud to be representing them once again, and the WBC also. So whoever the champions are, they should watch out. The Royal Storm, I am back, baby.
You are back. Those first 3 rounds, you started off boxing, and then Joet had a comeback, let his hands go, and it got complicated. The last 2 rounds were back and forth affairs. Could you have made it easy on yourself, or was it impossible because you're just 2 warriors?
You know, that was the thing that my coach was really anticipating. You know, during the training camp, he was like, listen, kiddo, you gotta settle down. You gotta settle down, everything. You have to settle down, you know, because every now and then, you know what, I kind of like get ahead of myself. You know, that thing within me just wants to just stand there and fight. But, you know, like I said, I'm learning the art of boxing. You know, I'm learning that it doesn't, every punch doesn't have to be a hard punch. Sometimes you just have to just let it ride and just, you know, touch, and then when the opportunity comes, just, you know, you lead with the big punches. But I'm really glad that we put this off tonight.